Hello, and welcome. All right, today, welcome to the Real Talk with Kingsley Ogudere. Thank you for joining me today. And please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe so we can keep bringing you, hopefully good content. All right, so today, I'm going to start the show, by acknowledging today's Women's Day. So we want to, give a shout out. Women in sports, they do deserve equality and deserve to get, all the recognition. Please, if you can, support more women's sport. I know that myself, I try to, support it a little bit more, be a little bit more conscious of it. But I want to get to one of the main news that's kind of been dominating has been, the Ja Morant gun-toting situation. And I said something about this before, and I hope people don't think that I was coming down on him or something of that nature. But when incidents of him flashing gun, at the young teenager, the laser beam with, the Indiana Pacers, these are all troubling signs. And yeah, don't get me wrong. Imagine being in his situation. We have to look at it two ways. He's a young guy. He's rich. He's famous. He's also a target, so there's probably, people trying to get at him in the wrong way. Believe me, you'll feel some type of way at times, but at the same time, you have a responsibility. You have Ja Morant, you have a responsibility to your team, your teammates, to your family, to the NBA. The list goes on and on. So there's proper behaviors, what you're supposed to do, what's acceptable. Let me tell you something. If you never went on Instagram and flashed that gun and blah, 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 nobody know that you had the gun. You know what I mean? Like if it's for your protection, keep it for your protection. You're not a gangster. You're not a rapper. There's certain people that can do those things and get away with it. Rappers, there's no David Stern or this, police NBA commissioner, to come to report to. There's no code of ethics that they signed that they have to abide by. That's the difference between a rapper, a gangster, somebody that like that there's just, you can, behave any way that you want with no accountability. Okay. So, but in any case, this situation with Ja Morant, yes, a little bit troubling, but obviously, he's a great talent. So we hope that he gets it together, that he gets the help that he needs. Basically, Team Morant, this is where, excuse me, I got to keep it real. This is part of like, no holds barred type of situation, man. I did a podcast where I was like, hey, Team Morant, you got to stop being his friend and be his daddy. This is not about you trying to be on every, news clip, man, yeah, we know you're a proud daddy. If my son was Ja Morant, I'd be hella proud. But man, dude, you ain't got to be, getting involved. Like the thing with Shannon Sharp and all of that stuff. It seemed like there's always an incident. You need to advise this young man. that, hey, there's a proper way that you need to do this, you need to do that, you know. That way he knows. At the end of the day, you know, if you don't help the boy, he's gonna get kicked out the league. And that ain't gonna benefit nobody. Nobody. You know. So this is Real Talk with Kingsley, y'all. So hopefully, you know, you guys are getting this information. You know, I want to make sure that, you know, anyone that if you want to, if you haven't subscribed already, like I said, hey, subscribe to the channel so we can keep bringing you content. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about is the Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers. Without LeBron James, AD, Anthony Davis is playing like a man-child again. He's beasting it. What can you say? Man. What do you think the Lakers' chances are of being able to avoid the play-in tournament? Can they, you know, make it all the way to the 6th spot? What do you think? The way AD is playing, I don't see why not. I don't see why not. What do you think? He's balling out. Man, oh man. What about KD in Phoenix in the West? That West. Since he arrived in Phoenix, Phoenix has just been on the road. You know, the thing about, you know, watching Kevin Durant play basketball, it's like poetry in motion, you know. And that mid-range jump shot, when he leans back, you know, it's almost like, butter. You know, so it's fluid. Like, and the other day when he hit that go-ahead bucket, I was just like, against Dallas. It was just, I mean, it was just like, you know, did anyone have any doubt? You know, did anyone have any doubt? It was just like, okay, that's KD. Phoenix is to be reckoned with. The West in the playoff in the West is going to be crazy. You know, I had a conversation with a friend of mine, you know, this is, you know, kind of about the Clippers. And since Russ has got there, he was like, oh, they ain't winning, this and that. You know, he's a Laker fan. And don't get me wrong, I'm a Laker fan. I'll tell you that. I'm a Laker fan. But when they do something that I don't like, I talk about it. I mean, like, I ain't got to support nonsense. You know, I keep it real talk. But he's like, oh, since Russ got there, they ain't winning this and that. I said, man, check this out. That team, you know, is already struggling. You know, they have, you know, guards. They have all guards and small forwards, like literally all identical. They got to figure it out. But come playoff time, they would have figured it out. So I don't, you know, buy that oh, Russ is there. No, they're not going to win and all that nonsense. No. You know, I don't believe that. You know, I believe that, you know, in due time, they're going to be able to do what they're going to be able to do what they do. You know, and the Clippers, I don't want to see the Clippers in the playoff. A healthy Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and then Russ. I mean, they got Terrence Mann back there too, Eric Gordon. I mean, they got a squad. I'm just saying, you know, I don't want to see the Clippers like that. You know, I don't think that they should be just, you know, lightly regarded. So the West is full of monsters. What about Kyrie and Luka? Kyrie and Luka. You know, you talking about two guards that can give you 40-piece every night. Every night. And come end of the game, either one of them, whoever gets it can finish it. But the key is, can they learn how to play together and finish? Because it seemed like, you know, you like, I want to defer to him. I want to defer. You know. when you play with, a player where you respect that, yeah, this guy can do what I can do, or, this guy can get it done. Sometimes you like, man, let him watch him go to work. So Dallas got to figure it out. But come playoff time, do you want to see Dallas? A lot in the West. A lot in the West. The defending champion, Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry just came back. They got to figure it out. And Warriors, last time they figured it out, boom, 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 right before the playoffs. Look what happened. Championship. And how many people thought the Warriors were going to win the championship last year when they were going through their struggles? Look at Denver. Look at Denver. Jokic. Look at Sacramento. What? Sacramento Kings. Who would have thought, right? Been Mike Brown, Coach of the Year. Coach of the Year, Mike Brown, hands down. The West is thick. And in the East, Giannis is back at it, and it looks like they're getting healthier. That addition of Jay Crowder over there in Milwaukee, my goodness. Jay Crowder. And we know what Holiday brings to the table, man. Ja Holiday, all-star. We ain't going to talk about old boy that was hurt, during the finals, during the playoffs last year. But he's back. Middleton is back, getting acclimated, getting healthy, getting back to the groove. Come playoff time, Milwaukee is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Boston Celtics, in spite, of a new coach, they, I believe, just until recently, we're still on top of the East until being overtaken by Milwaukee. They're like a game back. Philadelphia. Joel Embiid, my candidate of MVP. Seemed like every night he's dropping 40-10. Every night. Joel Embiid is a monster. And man, and the thing is, there was a block that he had the other night. Oh my goodness. Joel Embiid, MVP candidate. Not to disrespect, obviously, Giannis is an MVP candidate and Jokic is an MVP candidate as well. But my vote right now, if I was dropping the ballot right now, I would drop it for, Joel Embiid. But that East, mine, oh mine. It's not like the West, because there's only 3 teams in the East that I really look at and say, hey. Not to discredit, not to say the rest of them, don't have action, but there's 3, in your Milwaukee, the Celtics, and, Philadelphia. But man, like I said, this is Real Talk with Kingsley. Please support the channel. Tell me what you think, in terms of the playoffs. Who's your pick to come out of the East? Right now, I like Giannis. I like Giannis coming out of the East. In the West, I like Phoenix coming out of the West. I know it seems like a safe pick, but man, with Booker and KD, I just don't see anybody. All they got to do is D up. And KD plays defense. That's like a 7-1, big man. Yeah, I know he shoots threes, but man, that man plays defense. Now, help defense, he's going to be able to clean up a little bit with Ayton back there too. You got 2 7-footers. Phoenix is my pick, man, to win it all, to be honest with you. I think this is your year. Tell me what you think. This is Real Talk with Kingsley. Until next time, we're going to keep it live, man. Subscribe to the channel so we can keep bringing you these little segments, and then check out the rest of the podcast.